Hello and welcome to Sampson's Judo. Today we're going to do Kesa-Gatame, which is scarf hold, a very popular hold down. First we're going to show you what it looks like and then we'll break it down. Okay, that was a demonstration of Kesa-Gatame scarf hold. We've done it in 4 different angles just so you get a better idea of body positioning. Now we're going to do is just break it down and explain to you how it's done. Very, very popular hold down, one of the strongest hold downs in judo actually, used a lot. So it's very important to understand how it works. So Uki lies on his back. The first and most important thing is this can be done on either side. In this case, I'm doing it on his right side. So just sit down with your back towards Uki. That's the very first thing you will need to do. Make sure that your right hip touches his underpit. Your right hand goes around the neck and goes as far around as possible to hold on to his judogi. His right hand needs to be secured underneath your armpit. And what we're going to do is use the armpit to come down and trap the arm so it's very, very tight. If Uki tried to pull his hand out, it's trapped. So if this is loose, he'll just pull his hand out. So it's important to trap his arm just with the armpit, and then your hand will come around the head. It's important to try and lift his head off the mat so he can't use it to bridge. If your hand is loose and you don't extend the hand, he'll use his head to bridge and get out. So what I want to do is restrict his movement for Kesa-Gatame. So make sure you hold nice and deep, hold as far up onto his sleeve as possible. This traps the arm. Grab the jacket separately, spread and try and rip the jacket. And what we do with Kesa-Gatame, we twist our body slightly to the left. And what that's doing is corkscrewing and tightening my weight onto opponent's chest, making it very uncomfortable for him. It's very hard to see, but what I want to do is show you a little experiment so you can understand how effective by twisting and relaxing your body into his ribs affects him. So I want to ask Uki, in this case my son Sampson, to make a noise, and then I'm going to add the pressure point and you'll see the difference. You'll notice the difference in his voice. So Sam, if you'd like to make a noise, please. Again, this is normal. Now, but if you can hear his voice changing, that means the contact is winding into his chest, making it very, very uncomfortable. One more time, listen very carefully to the normal voice. This is a normal hold down. It's just holding tight with strength. And then the twisting is what we call the winding or the pressure point into his body. Listen. If you notice the sound of his voice changes, that is because there is pressure that cannot be seen. And this is another very good way of showing that you are a master and you can control your opponent in groundwork. Now the leg position is very important. Some people will teach it like this. The way it should be done, right leg forward, so the toes extend past his head. And you do a nice splits, legs wide apart. If your legs are pointing down here, it's technically wrong. You won't have a strong leverage. So the leg comes up, this secures the grip around the neck. Your left foot comes backwards, as wide as you can, and it's very, very important to keep this knee down. Do not lift the leg up like this in Kesa-Gatame. It's a very bad habit. Number one, it's wrong. Secondly, you're allowing Uki a chance to reach over to grab your leg. And as we all know in judo, once the leg is grabbed, osakome, which means hold down, it's broken and it will not resume till I get my leg out. To stop him doing that, your knee should be down. So if he tries to catch, it slides down. So do not lift your leg up. Now what I'm doing is I'm using the little toes on your feet to push as well. This is very important because if I'm going to use my toes, if Uki starts to push me hard with his body, I could move around, yeah? Like so. Yeah. And I can come back. And what I'm trying to do is try to keep my posture equal and the same all the time. I do not allow my posture to change. One small point I need to add, there's a very common habit where people, judoka, leave their heads up. If you're leaving your head up, that means your body's leaning backwards. And this is a slightly weak point, because then he can push up. So it's important to keep your head forward while you're holding down. If you keep your head up, you're actually encouraging uki to push into the chin. And this is a very common problem. So to do that, keep your head down, hold him tight, keep your legs wide apart, keep his head off the ground, try and rip his jacket by holding very, very tight. Now, in judo, we always say we use the first 3 fingers in gripping. So do not use your thumbs and try and hold with strength, but hold with cunningness with the 3 fingers. Just the way you hold kumikata in judo, this is the way you hold. This is a strong grip, and it allows also your wrist to be flexible. Because if you hold just with strength, your wrists they're restricting the movement, and you can get hurt and you also lose control. So if you notice, start with the small finger, 1, 2, 3, hold the jacket, pull nice and tight, head down, and here we have Kesa-Gatame. Quite a straightforward technique, but it's the small details that makes it effective and not strong. Just to add, if you like the work we're doing in Sampson's Judo, please we'd like you all to subscribe, and this really helps us with our work. So we'd really appreciate it if everything you see, you subscribe, and that'd be brilliant. Thank you very much. So this is Kesa-Gatame, scarf hold. I'll just show you one more time. Okay, take up, step through, there's a spread, grab, head off the ground, head down. Kesa-Gatame. Thank you.